Hey, hello, Laika. So, in this video, I'm going to be giving you feedback on the formatting of your last report. So, all that I'm going to be discussing in the next 10 to 15 minutes will be on the formatting of your reports. That and that alone. I will not be talking about the data or anything other than formatting. Okay, so with regards to formatting, here's the first thing that you need to know once you start your work. The very first thing you need to do once you open a new Microsoft Word document is something we call page layout. You lay out your page before you type the first word. Okay, that is because you want to have your house in order before you bring in the guest. Right? So before you start typing anything, you need to ensure that the the canvas now is the white area space. The canvas of your um, the canvas on which the text are going to be inputted is in place. This is what I mean by page layout. You start here. Obviously, okay, I think it's better. Let me open a new Microsoft Word document. This is a new Microsoft Word document, as you can see. Okay, it's usually on point 100. I prefer zooming out to like point 70, and then I do what? I add a few pages, right? Just a few pages. Um, so we have like 5 pages in entirety, and then the next thing that I do is that I adjust the ruler slightly. I like doing this way, and then pulling this up a bit. Okay, and once I've done that, here's the next thing that I do. I go to page layout. I go to insert on the cover page. This is before like I said, type a single word, right? Or before I go online to research on anything, I prepare the um, the canvas. Yeah. So let me go with this cover page. So you can. By the way, this is just an example. It doesn't always have to be this cover page design. This is just an example to show you what I mean. Home automation, smart home, right? This is a market research report, and maybe for this you have maybe the month October 2018. Okay, and then you're done, and then you move to the next page. The next page should be your table of content. Okay, so you come to where is the table of content? Yeah, insert. You have okay, sorry, the table of content should be references, I guess. References. Come here, table of content. I usually go with automatic table 1, just my own personal preference. So I click on this. Yes. and then it shows me this. Now the reason why it's showing no table of content entries are found is because I don't have any content, no text yet. But you notice that once I have this page full of text, I will be able to come here and simply click on this, update the table, and then it automatically draws up the table of content for me. So the table of content is not meant to be done manually. Okay, you can also delete this one, it's not relevant. So that's the very first thing that you do, and then you come here and you prepare your sections. Section 1 will be what? Executive summary. The heading is meant to be 16 points. The font type is meant to be Times New Roman or Arial or Segoe UI. Those are the 3 fonts that I personally use. I will eventually come to a conclusion on what font we should use so that our reports they look uniform, they have a uniform font. But for now, it's not really an important consideration. So you can use any decent font. So 16 points Times New Roman is what I'm using, and then my subsection will be maybe 14 1.1, maybe 14 points. Let's say introduction. This is just an example. Will be 14 points. Also Times New Roman, and then and then you go on and on and on and on. Now I usually love my body of text to also be slightly bigger than 11 points, which is what this is currently on. And again, for uniformity's sake, it should be Times New Roman. Okay, so this is what I have. Okay, another thing that I usually like to do to just beautify the landscape, the landscape of the canvas is to add these page borders. Okay, it's just a simple thing. Come here, right half, and then the color should be something decent, maybe blue, and then it automatically gives it this. It gives it an added layer of beauty. I think it looks a lot neater this way. Yeah, versus what you have here. Okay, I think we can do the comparison. Look at this and look at this. Now, this didn't take me 10 minutes. It didn't take me, as a matter of fact, if it wasn't that I was, running through the explanation with you, I could do this in 2-3 minutes. Okay, you start with the cover page, and then you move to table of content, and then at once you move to your sections 1 to the last section. Just prepare. The way I've done this, I will come over here and also do this for section 2, and then come over here and do this for section 3. And if for any reason I have to extend the number of pages for section 1, this will automatically move, right? And then I can continue. But already I have all of the section headings typed. Okay, that way I only have to focus on getting the data information from the internet. That's all. I don't have to bother about the surface arrangement of text. Okay, and one last thing that I should also mention is, because it's already preset on my own Microsoft Word, is your paragraph. This is very important. Your line spacing, which is under your paragraph setting, should always be 1.5. Okay, imagine. Remember how I went about it. You control. As a matter of fact, this is a very first thing that you do before you create your cover page. Okay, you control all, right? Then you right click and paragraph. The line spacing should be 1.5. This should be set for 0 and 0. They should look like this. Okay, now obviously it has moved some text, but I can always rearrange. So this is what I should have. Okay, so the text under should have 1.5 line spacing set. If you check that, it will show you that it's 1.5 lines. Okay. Now the reason for doing this is obviously we had to choose between the available options. If you go with single, for instance, your text will look a bit clustered. You don't want to have something looking too clustered like this. It's not just well presentable versus something that allows for more space. More space, like your 1.5 line spacing. Okay, this is better. And then the other options, such as the double, is actually on the extreme. Now this line spacing is too much. Okay, so we just went for the most decent option here, which is 1.5 line spacing. So let's go back to let's go back to this. So I've spent 13 minutes already. Okay, so I will have to break up this video into two videos. Break up the video into two. The reason is because I'm running on a trial version of the screencast software, and it limits my my videos to 15 minutes. Okay, I just wanted to test it out before eventually paying for it. So you'd have to bear with me. So once it's 15 minutes up, I will have to start. I would have to create the part B of the video. All right. So so I've talked about the very first thing that you need to do. Obviously that caters for all of this. So this is not meant to be on the first page. Your executive summary is meant to be on the third page at least, with the cover page being on the first and the table of contents being on the second. So executive summary meant to be on third page, something like this. Yeah, and your executive summary text, that is, this should never be of the same size with the body of text or the subsections. Okay, this does not take time. Again, understand that this is meant to be done before you even start to go online to search for anything. Okay, make this ready so that when you eventually get contents that you want to fill your pages with, you wouldn't have to start thinking of, oh, I need to set this to whatever font type or font size you know, and all of the other things that you need to do, it will already be set for you